All right, this is Saturday, the 5th of April. So sorry about my squeaky chair today. So we got a couple of things going on. I do have some baby dolls that I got a couple weeks ago that I did not get a chance to review. I did get the Lucia phone as well, and I do have to say that phone is just not really, I would say it's not worth it. It looks good, but that's about it. When you send a text message, see, this is orange. This is one of my favorite colors, one of the colors that I can see very well. Sometimes I might mistake it for red, but definitely there is no mistaking this for red because it is definitely lighter than red. I do have some thoughts on it, though, and that is because my text messages will get stuck in, it'll say sending, and then it'll get stuck in the sending. Even though the text message is sent, it'll keep saying sending. And I have to hit the back button in order to get the text to stop sending. This thing has an annoyingly obnoxious vibrator. I mean, if you listen to it here. Isn't that jarring? I mean, I can't stand it. And then it keeps on vibrating when you actually, as you're powering it on and everything. So it's definitely not worth getting this phone for as much as I got it for. I'm not even going to say how much I got it for. The other thing that happens too, it said, I hope you are doing well, in the iPhone Samantha voice. The other thing about this phone is sometimes, one time, I got a text message. I had my phone on ring mode, and all it did was vibrate. And then when I went to look at the text message, the voice had stopped working. I had to restart the whole thing over again. It was just like, oh my gosh. Are you for flippin' real? So, yeah, you know what? I'd rather use the Mini Vision over this phone. And you know my honest thoughts about the Mini Vision. The Mini Vision had some problems as well. And also, I have decided that I am not going to be upgrading to an iPhone 17 unless it is foldable. And I will not be getting another Galaxy phone. Even though I really did like the Galaxy S25, I just was sick of going into debt and definitely had gone into debt to get some of these dolls too. So, okay. The other thing about this phone is that it's extremely slow. And I think it's still initializing. Anneli Thompson. And those are all my contacts. Hold on, let me hit the back button really quick. Anneli Thompson, no SIM. Yeah, and of course it says no SIM because there is no SIM in there. My SIM is in the blind shell. If it says, hold on, let me let you hear that again. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up a little bit. Volume increased. Volume increased. Lucia is ready. 12:33, April 5th. Okay. Immediately when you hear that, you press the OK button. There's an arrow up, an OK, and an arrow down here. Notifications, show. And it'll give you notifications. Call log. It'll give you all your applications. This is call log. Contacts. Groups. Messages. Settings. Alarm. Notifications. Alarms do go off on time on this phone, but you have to manually set the time. Here's the other thing about this phone, is that you can't use a Wi-Fi network. It relies on mobile data. I do not know why they have it set up that way. This, by the way, and it vibrates every single time you unlock and lock your screen. You would think that they'd put a creative notification sound for locking and unlocking your screen on this phone, but they did not. You know, like they do for the blind shell, where the lock sound kind of sounds like an iPhone. The other thing about this phone is that I don't know why they did the whole Wi-Fi thing and made you rely on mobile data. That's an extreme annoyance. You can't even upgrade the software. It says there was a problem loading the software upgrade. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, this phone was a total waste of money, and definitely do not get one. Hold on, my blind shell is turned on. I do not know. This phone, I was going to say something. This is not a touchscreen phone. I do believe I did say about the Wi-Fi network. It's definitely, it does use USB-C, but, you know, that's beside the point. But yeah, this is definitely not a worthwhile phone to grab. I don't know what I'm going to do because this phone came from Europe. So I'm hoping that they can fix some things in future software upgrades, because I'm definitely wanting to like this phone. But I am using the blind shell as my secondary phone. That's why I decided I'm not going to get another Galaxy phone. I did buy this talking watch here from LSNS. I will switch between this and my Apple Watch pretty constantly. Like yesterday I was wearing the Apple Watch, but today I needed a break from the smartwatch. I'm grabbing my gold watch that I got from LSNS. This is what it sounds like when you press the button.
The time is 12:35 p.m.
So this one's an atomic watch. You actually am able to set the time. I would say it was easier for me to look at the manual online when I set this watch. I don't even remember the steps to set this watch. It does go through this watch only has 2 buttons. It's a 2 o'clock button and a 4 o'clock button, and it will give you specific instructions on how to set it. It was pretty simple once I figured out that I was actually hitting the wrong button. And it'll also reset itself every day at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I do have the alarm set for 7:01 a.m. every day, but I do not have the hourly chime on, because the hourly chime will go off at work. It won't chime. It'll just talk at you, to announce the hour and stuff like that. But I don't want it to talk at work, even though it's quiet. I really don't want it to talk at church, even though it's quiet. I'm a customer service representative, so being on the phone when that thing is talking, it's just pretty distracting to me and a customer. So I decided to turn that off, even though I had it on initially. So definitely a nice watch. I really like the stretch band, which is also made out of metal, along with the watch itself. It's not plastic, cheapy plastic, which the last talking watch that I had was cheapy plastic. It definitely was not one of those things where I enjoyed having that watch, but it was the cheapest one I could get. At the time, I was a poor college student, but I needed a watch and couldn't afford a Galaxy watch at the time. Also had a Galaxy phone. So yeah, lots of things that I have gotten. I'll probably review the dolls on a separate video. I'm going to go ahead and say that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one.